I took a road trip through northern Washington and stopped to camp a few nights at a spot called Diablo Lake. If you ever get a chance to go. The water is so neon green it looks like the Incredible Hulk drank a bunch of the stuff from Homer Simpson's power plant and then peed in the lake. A description I'm sure Diablo Lake's tourism office would never pay me for. Melted water from a glacier mixed with this ultra-fine rock dust is what gives the water its green, glassy glow. It was one of the most beautiful places I'd ever been to. And what was most beautiful of all is that I didn't have any service there. A few days off-grid, living in nature, eating good food, meeting good people, reading good books, experiencing good shrinkage. That water was freaking cold. It was blissful. I didn't want to leave. But I had to, because I had obligations. I had deuces to record. And guess what happened as soon as I got back into service mode?
You've got mail.
147 unread text messages, 609 new emails, and 12 voicemails. One from my neighbors telling me our water well was overflowing, one from my security system company telling me my alarm had been going off for the last 18 hours, and 3 from people telling me a presidential candidate got his earlobe shot off. Plus, a ton of app notifications that, upon looking through, were completely useless. I was feeling pretty anxious with all this information being thrown at me at once. So, I took a breath and I took the next right action. I checked my home alarm to see what was what, and come to find out it was just some strong wind that had triggered one of the sensors. I called my neighbors to get the scoop on the water. They had it under control. Then, I turned off all the notifications from the apps that I didn't need notifications for. Turned out, it was practically every app. Spending all that time scrolling through meaningless notifications made me realize something about my values. I thought I was putting value on information, on finding ways to save me time. But I realized all this clutter and crap was taking up more of my time instead of giving it back to me. It took me a couple days off grid with no service to notice this. Because when we keep going through the motions day in and day out, it's hard for the unnecessary to stand out because it just seems like it's business as usual. But once we step away for a longer period of time, we see things from a different angle. What's been looking like a normal parallelogram from one angle all of a sudden looks like a weird-ass trapezoid out of a Picasso painting from another. When we step away from something, we're able to see it differently. And oftentimes with way more clarity. Today, I want you to plan some time for when you can step away. More specifically, for a little no-service off-grid action. Doesn't have to be at Diablo Lake. Doesn't have to entail any shrinkage. Maybe it's a couple of nights camping with the family while your phone's at home. Maybe it's one night by yourself with the phone in the car. Do what you can that's reasonable and within your means, but still push yourself to find your own version of no service time. This way, you can step away for a little digital reset and come back looking at your phone, your apps, your notifications, or maybe your health, your career, or your relationships from a different angle. Because when we step away and reset, we're not just disconnecting from our phone, our apps, our notifications. We're reconnecting with what really matters. Our intentions, our values, ourselves. Off-Gridder,